Okay, now this one right here is 1/8 of an inch. That's what this Allen wrench is. You're going to have to mark it also. Now this is the throttle cable as I have on here. So put green marks on it or whatever you want to put on it so that you can get it back in the same position. These bolts here are 3/8. Now this item right here keeps the belt on. Now this goes on the clutch side. The clutch pedal is over here on this side over here. So make sure you label it. I'm going to call this the belt keeper. You have to take this one loose here. Right here. It hooks on right here. It should come off without any problem, we'll see. This engine is very heavy, so you might have to use some sort of a hoist or a rope and pulley or something to lift it up. You got to take the belt loose, I forgot that, underneath. Okay, now here's the belts that got to come off. This one right here, this is the lower one. And then there's another one up here. Right here. And both these have to come off first. So you got to take this bolt loose. It took me, it helps if you turn the bolt the right way, of course. This is a fine thread bolt. Take this pulley off. Wiggle it until it comes off. And remember how it goes on. The small pulley goes at the top and the big pulley goes at the bottom. Okay, there's your crankshaft right there. Just lift it off of here, however you want to do it. Now if you drained your oil out, like I did, you won't have oil spilling all over the place. And I took the carburetor off, so I'm not going to have gasoline flowing everywhere. Okay, you can see this belt right here. Right there. That's the top belt. Now, you're going to have some sort of a system to pull this clutch clear back. You got to have the clutch disengaged like this. And what I did was I wired it to the axle. So it's held back like this with a wire. Now these are the aluminum push rods, and these are on the intake side. These steel ones that may have another substance in it like beryllium, these are for the exhaust side. So the intake side is going to have the aluminum ones, and the exhaust side is going to have the steel ones. So the one I just took out on the bottom here, this is aluminum. I'm going to have to label it so I don't get them all mixed up. Okay, down here is the intake right here. That requires the aluminum push rod. So the lower one in this case is the blue one. One thing you're going to have to do is wipe off the oil before you start marking them. Now the way I did this was to get these out. I just pushed on this end over here of the rocker arm. So label it first, put some blue on this rocker arm. Right there. Label it with some blue. Now bring your crankshaft so that it doesn't have any pressure on this blue one right here. And then push down on the spring in order to get the push rod out. And have your needle nose pliers handy so you can reach it and get the push rod out. There you go. Now some push rods are hollow so that oil can be pumped through them, but these are not hollow. So there you go. I've got the intake labeled over here and over on this side also. Right there. One of the problems with this particular block is that these rocker arms are assembled a little bit like GM products. They have a steel piece that is in the aluminum head, and then this bolt right here goes clear through that piece of steel. GM products used to be, on some of the older engines, the studs that they put the rocker arms on, they were pressed in. And they did come out sometimes. Okay, the way I got this camshaft out, I took the push rods out and then I pushed the lifters in to the block and then just pulled this camshaft out. Now this camshaft looks okay. I can't see any damage to it right now. But what I'm going to do is wash it off with gasoline, because I just like it clean, so I can look at it. Okay, now here is the, these are the tappets. Take these out. But I'm going to label where they go. I took out this first one. I'm going to label that number 1. And the bottom one is number 2. Same thing over here. Put a little gas on it. Okay, so the top one will be number 3, and the bottom one number 4. Now another thing is that I'm putting all the parts on a board and keeping track of where they go. They've got everything on a board here. So I took the cam, put it over here. And this is number 1 right here. I'm going to also put 1, 2, 3, 4 for all the tappets right there. Now after I put these tappets back in, then I'm going to put some sort of lubrication on them. And I will probably put some gear oil on them. Right up here. This one actually will be number 3. Okay, well, I had a lot of trouble getting this gasket material off of here. I used one of these pads. This particular one is red, if you can't tell, and I don't know what grit that is, but this pad, you can get it so that it screws on and off. I can't get it to screw on and off right now, but it does screw on and off, these type of pads.